You can't be terribly emotional. You have to be willing to cut off your hand to save the arm.
Sony was really a scary competitor. It was kind of like the show business people were going to come into this thing and their sound and graphics were going to be way above what we could do. There was a lot of fear around the Sega halls about that. Klinsky was coming back from Japan having nervous breakdowns about what was coming out. We had no product at the time.
At that point, Nintendo was on the wane.
The biggest problem that we have with Nintendo 64 is to try to figure out how to make great software, real-time 3D.
We were teasing the retailer for like 2 years. We were showing them these great graphics, but from a sales perspective, it was a killer.
When Nintendo announced 64-bit system, Nakayama felt that we got to make it the 64 too.
Introducing Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn was 32-bit machine to start with. It was too late to redesign the machine, and we ended up putting two 32-bit chips. That made the programming challenging and complex.
The software looked like shit. Not until 3 months before launch did we find out that the software was not going to be there to support it.
Not only did we not have enough software, we didn't even have enough hardware. So we had to limit the retail distributors who carried it, and we cut out Target and Walmart, and these guys were furious with us. I expressed all this to Nakayama, and he disagreed with me. He was afraid that Sony was going to steal our thunder, so he wanted an immediate launch of Saturn at E3.
When giants in the video game industry square off against each other at a major trade show, people pay attention. With $10 billion on the line, it's all about which expensive toys consumers will pay to play with.
This is no game. This is a multi-billion-dollar gamble for a lot of entertainment companies. To borrow from a couple of their more popular titles, they're locked in Mortal Kombat. For the losers, it could spell doom.
Without the right games, we're delaying the launch of Nintendo Ultra 64.
We feel it's more important to make a good first impression, have the best possible software when we launch. So you're willing to wait till 96? We're going to wait.
Product launched in Japan, we sold 100,000 units on the first day, 300,000 units in the first month. We're approaching 1 million units sold in Japan. We just need to replicate that in the United States.
No question in my mind. There are going to be casualties, and there are going to be casualties soon.
You'll hear lots of talk today in the days ahead about next generation systems.
Tom and I were both staying at the same hotel, and they had taken over the lobby and the swimming pool, and they had these large inflatable balloons of some of their iconic characters like Sonic. Somehow those blow-up balloons wound up in the bottom of the pool.
He had them deflated, stuck pins in them or something.
After Sonic was found dead in the bottom of the pool, Tom came to me and said, "Steve, can you cut it out?" I said, "Tom, no, there's no way we're going to cut it out."
Clearly they were trying to out Sega.
You know, if you're planning to buy a new video game machine this year, you better start saving for one now. Some super sophisticated new systems are about to hit the market, and they are pricey.
Sega rushed Saturn on the market, and it sells for around $399. And don't expect that price to come down anytime soon.
I wish that we could say we were going to see prices come down, because I think it would help my business and we'd sell a lot more units.
I'm going to talk to my parents about this one. I like this one a lot.
They're telling us $399.
Up next, the Sony PlayStation.
Sony Computer Entertainment Presidents of America, CEOs, join me for a brief presentation. $299.
I was sitting right in front of me. was Tom and I and Shinobu just sitting there watching.
It's an enormous parade, including 16 balloons. It was a cold and windy day this Thanksgiving, and some of the new balloons didn't fare terribly well. Sonic the Hedgehog hit a utility pole around 58th Street and Broadway. Sonic wounded an off-duty police officer and caused minor injuries to a young woman and a 10-year-old girl. Sonic the Hedgehog didn't finish the parade.
The success of Sega of America really is American dream.
All right, yeah.
Americans like challenges. So I think overall battle against Nintendo was perfect for the spirit of Americans to fight David and Goliath sort of battle. So I think I'm very proud to be part of, whole Sega phenomenon.